Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi. Today I would like to present about development of alcohol and driver seat detection system with driver window opening to complete my task of PSM1. My name is Muhammad Shafiq bin Samsudin, student of FTKMP course BMMA. My supervisor is IR Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hafiz bin Harun. This project is to develop and reduce the amount of incident in Malaysia about case drunk drive. So for presentation outline, I have 8 main points to complete this presentation. Okay, now I will start to present the introduction for my project. Drunk is a adjective appear to indicate unable to speak or act normally due to excess consumption of alcohol. A drunk person is someone who take a big amount of alcohol on a frequent basis and would like to enable to stop. So for solve this problem, I create the project Vehicle Alcohol Window Seat Sensor, or we call VAWSS, is an acronym for this project. Following the case of accident that occurred in Malaysia caused by drunk driver have become widespread. Therefore, VAWSS is a project especially designed to reduce in case of incident caused by this drunk drive. Now we can look the statistic of drunk driving accident in Malaysia starting on 2010 until 2018. Now we can look the amount of deaths year by year are increased trend. Start from 2017 and 2018, we success to reduce the amount of deaths. In addition, serious injury and minor injury also give the increased trend year by year. So total of accident of drunk drive also increase. From this statistic, I hope can get attention for party to do something to help reduce the amount by year. The percentage overall also followed the uptrend year by year. On 2017 and 2018, we success to reduce the amount of percentage cause PDRM and JPJ together do the roadblock. For aim and objective, I have to point to pay full attention. Firstly, make based on the result of the increasing trend of road accident case caused by who drive vehicle in a state in intoxication. Secondly, to reduce the number of accidents caused by drunk driving while also ensure the safety of the driver. So for the solution, we are presenting an innovation and update approach to prevent accident caused by execution driving in a safe manner. For the objective, I have 3 points to achieve and make sure this project success. Firstly, to develop the vehicle alcohol sensing system integrated with vehicle system starting. From this objective, I use the MQ3 to detect the alcohol content in the driver body. This process starts after the driver in their car and before they start the engine. Secondly, to improve the vehicle cabin ventilation system through window opening. The window automatically open 90-degree rotor spinning to make sure the driver still safe when they cannot start the engine of their car. Thirdly, to detect the driver load while in the driver's seat prior to exhaling. From this driver must enter to the car firstly before any sensor detect to make sure the driver cannot cheat in the system by the order others to the process to start the engine. So for problem statement, I must to solve all problems caused to achieve two objective. For the problem statement are related to objective based on established alcohol sensing device. They simply detect the alcohol content and present the result mostly on LCD display. Secondly, some sophisticated existing project has disabled the engine system or perhaps the starter system such that the car will not start to avoid drunk driving with no sufficient ventilation in the car interior. So for solution, both project is developed to bridge a gap in the existing technology in order to prevent driver from dying while half conscious in the car cabin. The number of road accidents caused by drunk driving has recently increasing year by year. Drunk driving is accidentally detrimental to public safety. As a society has knowledge, it's a past time to devise a system that successfully discourage the drunk driving. Because this sort of technology is not extensively applied yet. I'm trying to develop it in order to avoid accident and ensure the safety of the driver. This scope is to coverage this system. Firstly, if alcohol content is based on the market alcohol level equation is used to calculate the level alcohol concentration. Microcontroller contain the alcohol level equation. Vehicle starting system, window power window, opening the driver window cause increased cabin ventilation, detection of the driver load while the driver seat prior to exhale. So next for the literature review, I divide to 8 content, and each content have a sub related to main content. The firstly is alcohol. What is definition of alcohol? And the definition of alcohol is both a chemical and process traffic substance. And alcohol is generated in chemistry when the hydrogen atom in a hydrocarbon bonding is replaced by a hydroxy group, which is composed of two oxygen and hydrogen atom as when alcohol connect with other atoms, secondary alcohol arise. So the alcohol have three types. The firstly is methanol, secondly is isopropanol, and lastly is ethanol. So we have a beverage and two type of distillate and non-distillate. For this stylus is a technique that constructs alcohol by isolation from other fermented substance. Whereas fermentation is the chemical transformation of sugar into ethanol by bacteria. So for non-distilled drink are also known fermented beverage. Distilled alcoholic beverage on average have more alcohol proof than non-distilled alcohol beverage. Secondly is law of enforcement against drunk driver law. It depend on the country. Factor contributing alcohol is alcohol abuse is depend country. Also, effect of alcohol beverage abuse. So we have two effect, short term and long term. For the short term, is depend on the take of alcohol. For 1 until 2 BAC. BAC is block alcohol content below 0.05. 3 until 4 number of taking alcohol is BAC 0.05 until 0.1. 5 until 7 taking of alcohol. PAC is 0.1 until 0.15. It's increasing on 0.05. This depend on taking of alcohol. For the long effect is surely of for the heart. An effect of driving under the alcohol. Effect driving of under alcohol is surely can related to other user on the road. Alcohol detector device. We use a breathalyzer for check the alcohol content on the body driver before starting start drive. And the vehicle starting system, we have two, revolution and common modern. So for revolution, the old old technology, and for common modern is now technology we use for starting system with start button and the key. For vehicle window system, power window now we use roto and driver seat sensor. Driver seat sensor used from this project. Driver seat sensor is located under the driver seat to detect the load of a driver. So for methodology, I create 6 steps to complete this task, starting with starting problem, literature review, product benchmarking, sufficient design input. In this case, if sufficient design input design are not approved, the product benchmarking was repeated. If yes, I will continue with concept design the project and go through to the concept evaluation. If no, the concept evaluation will repeat it until yes, and lastly the end of the project. Okay, this is the workflow of my project. Is divided to 3 process, such as input, process, and output. For the input, it will start from driver seat load detection. This means the driver must enter in their car first before to the next process of input. Next, alcohol detection based by using MQ3 sensor to detect the alcohol content in the body of driver. MQ3 sensor is located by the steering, because steering is very near to the driver and get easier to driver to check alcohol content in their body. Next is the process. In this case, the system are running by using Arduino. For this project, I use Arduino Uno to send the output. If the process give the green LED for the output, the DC motor or direct current motor, vehicle starting system VSS is continue to running. If the process give the output red LED, it just mean buzzer warning signal active and DC motor cut off and cannot start the engine, and the power window automatically running by opening one spinning 90 degree of the rotor. Okay, this is the conceptual prototype of my project. I use a driver seat load sensor, MQ3 sensor, Arduino, breadboard, motor, buzzer, and lastly the rotor of a power window. Okay, it's come to the end. So that's all from me. I hope panel and my supervisor enjoy and understand my presentation with the slide. The good come from the God and the bad come from myself. I end my presentation with thank you and see you again. Thank you.